Before we truly kick off today, I would like to do two things very quickly. Firstly, I'm going to go back to the orbital probe cannon and figure out exactly how long this loop is. So I'm going to go there, I'm going to wait, and I'll cut most of it out because you do not want to see me waiting at that console for however long it is. I will cut in when I get there and when the music starts. Right, all I'm going to do here is wait until the music starts, and then we'll see exactly how long this time loop is. The second thing that I want to check out, and I don't know if I can do it from here, simply because it's so far away, is I really want to determine when the sun enters its next phase. I've seen on previous runs that the star starts out very yellow, very young, and then it gets red and angry very, very quickly. I would like to know exactly when that occurs, so that if I need to plan for future loops, I can do so. No, I do not want to move that thing. Oh god. I think I've still got some time to wait, so I'm pretty sure it's around 20 minutes. Another thing that I would like to check if possible, because I'm burning time here, is I would love to see if I can see when the interloper leaves. We see this elliptical orbit, I mentioned that previously. It's going to move out of that orbit surely. Oh, that sucks. Going into the map here is lowering the translation tool, but it's not updating the time. I've actually got to move off it and back on there. Yeah, I think it's just growing extremely slowly. Yeah. So at best, maybe I can determine what time the central platform goes down, because it's there somewhere, but it has been swallowed by the sun. You, what are you doing? Are you pointing directly towards the sun? What is it, like a spaceship? Or a creature? Right now it looks like it's pointing directly at the sun. Or maybe perhaps the Hourglass Twins. I think it's getting close now. Yeah, I'd love to have eyes on this as it leaves. I think it leaves before the music starts, so we should be able to see this thing head off somewhere. Maybe. Don't know. Can we see the black hole inside that place? We totally can. That's kind of incredible. And I have been wondering if the Nomai perhaps put that hole there or did something to cause that, or whether it was already there, and the scanners on the escape pod just did not detect it. I can't imagine this thing is going to intercept Dark Bramble. They're too far apart. I'll go back in there at one point, but I don't feel the need to go back in there just yet. We have plenty of other mysteries to check out first. Yeah, Yeah, it's pointing either directly towards the sun or towards the hourglass twins. I'm inclined to believe it's looking towards the sun. I don't know if I can see it without getting closer to the windows, which I do not want to do. Alright, 19 minutes. I'm just going to keep an eye on this thing the entire time. Oh, does it maybe fly into the sun? That may explain why it disappeared. Yeah, look at this. It is turning to face the sun. Yeah, that's what's happening. It's going into the sun. It goes inside the sun and then disappears just before it hits the center. So my question is it actually surviving that journey in there? I'm guessing not. We're over 20 minutes, okay. I'm guessing it's not surviving the journey in there. Maybe it survives for some part of time, and maybe we can get on board it to see what's inside the sun, perhaps. Damn, I really thought it was leaving the solar system entirely, but no, it's just getting swallowed up by the sun. Okay, there's music. Alright. It's somewhere out here. But I don't think I can see it from this angle at the moment. Never mind. Yeah, at this point it's almost swallowed the hourglass twins. It's already swallowed the probe platform or whatever it is. And it's on the verge of swallowing the hourglass twins. Any moment now. It goes nova at 22 minutes, 10 seconds. I didn't think I just stepped on that platform, but thank you, game. Appreciate it. Can I see the light? I can now. I'm not quite sure why I got flipped there. That was quite unusual. I don't think I stepped on that platform at all. Now you can see all of the exciting stuff that I edited out. And for the second one, I'd like to see when the inner platform goes down, but unless I can get fancy and put a timer up here or something, I don't know how I can show that off. You're just gonna have to take my word for it. Yeah, it looks so young there, so much more yellow. But I really want to see when this gets swallowed. I think that's important. But Based on what I saw looking at the map screen on the previous loop, it seems like this thing growing is not very sudden, it's just happening progressively. Even at 6 kilometers, I'm still getting sucked towards it. This thing's got a very strong gravitational pull. And I'm not looking left or right. I do hope that I don't get smashed by the hourglass twins in just a moment. Okay, it's been 3 minutes. Further updates as events warrant. Oh, look at this though. Look at this. I'm getting pulled towards the sun. I'm just going to match velocity. I'm getting pulled towards the sun right now. How is that thing staying in orbit? It's like it's completely defying the sun's gravity. I'm getting pulled towards it, but the hourglass twin is not. That's interesting. I've just had a crazy thought. What if I was to attach a scout launcher to it? And to that end, what about the Interloper? That's going to be a shot and a half though. Is that thing breaking up? Thought it might have been breaking up there, and yeah. Gravity is doing a number on that thing. Yeah, the sun's 6 kilometers away, but the scout's only 2 kilometers away. It's heading towards the sun. That sounds very obvious, but I thought the scout was actually much, much closer previously. Like me shooting that there, it's not even getting close to that platform. Yeah, I was afraid of that. So there's some Nomai ruins on one of the twins. Don't know which one it was. I didn't notice if it had towers or not. I was afraid of that, damn it. This thing's still kicking. Yeah, me firing that there, I've got no chance of hitting that platform. Which is a shame, because I'd love to see what happens, but again, I think it's just going to get destroyed along with the platform. Platform's still spinning, so we're halfway through the loop, and it's still going. But if I can check the map screen without dying... Okay, so has the sun expanded at all? It certainly looks like it's changing colour, but that inner ring is still there. I think we just witnessed it go. Yep, there it goes. So it goes at roughly the 12-minute mark. Alright, so what do I do with the remaining time? The remaining 10 minutes. I think I'll check out the Interloper if I can. I do not feel like suiciding into the sun or Giant Steep. I'll do that when I've got more time. Giant Steep, that is, not the sun. Let's take a look at the Interloper if I can. We know this thing's fate. It's going to find its way into the sun. And it appears to penetrate pretty deeply into the sun. Whether it actually survives that descent or not is yet to be determined, but I would love to see if I can get close. Oh fuck, am I dead? What is this thing? Trying to match velocity with it. It looks like a comet. But at the same time, it's possibly organic. If it's turning to face the sun like that, it's either organic or it's got a very heavy core at its front. Can I land on it? I'll take that as a yes. Just making sure I've got my suit. Yeah, this is a comet. And gravity is non-existent here. Which leads me to my first question, where is my ship? My ship landed, but is there gravity on this section? There is, look at that. Is there an entrance here, perhaps? Sliding all out of place, and if I slide too fast and hit a wall, I will take damage. Maybe what I need to do is go back to the ship, spy a like an entrance or something, and then mark it with my scars. I think that's the only way I'll guess anywhere here. I'm very mindful of the time though. Health and fuel, please. Here's medkit, that's new. But yeah, we're about to go around the sun again, and I think that's it. Certainly looks like a... oh, hello. Hello, what is that? That's, does not look organic. Clary, this is troublesome. It seems the comet wishes to submerge our shuttle in ice. If we stay on the surface too long, the shuttle may freeze entirely. What shuttle? This is the first we're hearing of this. Poke, even if it did, couldn't someone call it back home to the gravity cannon on Ember Twin? I'm sorry, are we saying it originated from Ember Twin? No, you're talking about the shuttle, surely. Hi. Ah, okay, so this is the first time we've seen this name in person, but this name has been mentioned. Yes, but the exploration of the comet would be more difficult if we were without the shuttle until someone recorded it. Perhaps we shouldn't have landed on the dark side of the comet. Clary, suppose one of us remained in the shuttle to keep it warm and continue monitoring the surface. Hi. This would be wise, I think, Clary. If you don't mind waiting here with it, Poke and I can continue to investigate the surface. What have we here? So this is very clearly a comet, no question. It seems the comet wishes to submerge our shuttle in ice. The exploration of the comets would be more difficult. I don't know what to make of this, but we have a connection between this and the Ember Twin. The only thing I know about the Ember Twin is that there is a quantum moon locator on there, perhaps. Is this the shuttle? And if so, how resistant is it to heat? I don't see a way inside. We're about to pass by the sun again, and unlike this time, we're not going to the sun and orbiting around it, we're going into it. I thought I saw a crack somewhere around here. I think we've been in those trenches. I don't see another entrance, and my only immediate thought at this time is that maybe it needs to get close enough to the sun to melt the entrance to the shuttle, perhaps? Or something else. I don't know. Either way, this thing is going to, yeah. It's going straight into the sun. I thought it was leaving the system, but no, it's an ice comet that's going directly into the sun. And shortly after it goes in, the music starts. I can't imagine that this comet would be triggering the sun to go supernova. At least I certainly hope not. Yep, there it goes. It's gone in. And we lose it, unfortunately. It stays alive for a while and then it disappears. It melts. Alright, well that was an interesting little diversion, but I've been putting it off for long enough. It is now time to check out Giant's Deep. But I need to wait for the sun to go nova first because I'm not passing up that opportunity. Actually, there's one more thing I'd like to check. Don't mind me, let me just turn this back on. So freeze time while reading ship log is switched on, and you can see down the bottom it says, note, there are certain periods where time cannot be frozen. I do question if the sun has gone nova, if that's a point of no return and it's too late, and we can no longer freeze time. Just trying to match velocity. Like, if I go back right now, exit the pilot's seat. We're getting sucked in from this distance. We're moving towards the sun. Oh dear. I'm not going to look at the interloper here. Frozen Nomar shuttle, gravity cannon, another one. The music's still playing, so my understanding is that if I start reading this stuff, yeah, we've got to find Gabbro. He was one of the first names that we saw. There were concerns that the probability of launching a probe in the correct direction would be absurdly small. And yet, whatever they developed, they said they only needed to fire it once. Do we hear the explosion? I think we do, so time is not pausing here. Oh, look at that. We see the reflection in the computer, that's great. That's not an artifact of the YouTube compression, that is actually how it looks. I will have a quick read of that interloper stuff. But we'll be going to Giant's Deep immediately after that, I promise. Right, so time should be paused now. We have an entry, I don't know if that was there before. We've got an entry for the White Hole, Orbital Probe Cannon. That's a different way of looking at it. There's more to explore here. To use a tower. Is there more than one tower, perhaps? Let's look at that. I found a Nomai shuttle almost completely encased in ice. There were 3 Nomai aboard the shuttle. Really? Yeah, I did see 3 names. That's on me. One of them stayed behind to keep the shuttle warm, while the other 2 explored the Interloper. And there's more to explore here. The Nomai shuttle that's frozen on the Interloper can be called home to the gravity cannon on Ember Twin. Will that change the comet's path? Maybe. But it's not something that I'm going to investigate right now because I have places to be. Right, so I briefly saw this on the previous video. We have cyclones that rotate clockwise, they take us up. We have cyclones that rotate counterclockwise, those take us down. Is it B or is this planet not terribly large? We've got an atmosphere which is massive. And a gravitational pull that is doing work, but the actual planet doesn't seem very large at all. Maybe there's more below. Oh god, what the hell? That's going to come back down, isn't it? Hopefully it doesn't land on me. Oh, what the hell is this? Right, well that seems stable. Let's land there. Ah! Okay, this planet is a troll confirmed. I'll go out, but we could get ejected into the air at any moment. That's an issue. We have oxygen. Is that ship going to go flying? No pun intended. I could maybe go across there. These cyclones though, so I'm looking for one that goes, reading my notes, counterclockwise. That one will take me back into the surface. Or the atmosphere, I should say. Do I just go for it? Whoa. Gravity is a thing on this planet. Wow. So, do I maybe have to wait until I get thrown into the air and then go for it? Maybe I could go that way. So I'm not going through here. I don't need a scout launcher to tell me that I'm not going through there, but I'll confirm. Actually, we can go... Can I go inside here? Oh, get out of here. Wow. I saw those crystals at the entrance and thought, no, there's no way we're going into that entrance. We're going to get murdered. Or lose a foot or something. Can I make that? Lots of oxygen around, which is deeply appreciated. Okay, what I've got. Might be able to go around the edge here. Trip number 4. Entry number, whatever. Crashes, 2. Boring crashes, 0. Remember to see Slate when I get back. Slate being our person that we see every time we wake up. Who wrote this? Immediate thought is chairs. Haha, yeah. Yeah. All the way down to the core. Consider yourself conquered, Giant Steep. You just got Feldsparred. Feldspar has been here, okay. That was one of my more dramatic feats, if I do say so myself. Can't believe I wasn't electrocuted. Can't wait to tell Hornfells and Gossen about this one. I guess brute force isn't always the answer. Yeah, I've been thinking about that module. The module, the probe module, which came from the cannon, is somewhere below us on this planet, and it's surrounded by electricity. How do we reach it? Feldspar managed it. We need to manage it as well, very clearly. Right, so that's one more off the list. Seems all that's left is the big one now. Dark Bramble, here I come. Is the idea of this game that we're just following Feldspar's footsteps? What are those things? I can't get up there to check. I can't get inside to check. They look worse than the anglerfish that we saw inside Dark Bramble. Okay, well, we found something. That's another entry for the log, but this seems to be a dead end. I'm not going that way. So there's at least one other area on this planet that I could potentially land. I saw that gravity thing, or the landing platform, or whatever you want to call it. But it might not be there now. It might be in midair. It might be below us. Who knows where it is. That red thing looked like it was either mechanical or organic, and it seems to be organic. So if I see that again, I can just ignore it. Where's smoke? Is this where I saw the landing platform? It is not. But I mean, smoke's got to be, hello. Gabbro? I'm sorry, what kind of instrument is that? Let me just bring that up while I look at my notes. Gabbro allegedly had... where are you? Where are you? You had a flute. That's not a flute. At least not on Earth it's a flute, and it didn't sound like a flute either. It sounded very unusual. Nice, it's you. Good to see you made it here in one piece. The first solo launch is a doozy, isn't it? So hey, don't freak out or anything, but lately I keep, like, dying repeatedly. I don't know, it's pretty weird. Excuse me? Are you experiencing what we're going through or something else, Gabbro? What about you? Have you died lately, or is it just me? No, it's me too. We're in a time loop. We told Slice about this, but he didn't believe us. And I did try going back and telling Hornfels about it, but we didn't have that option. Time has been behaving unusually lately. Yeah, a time loop makes sense. Cool. You are taking it pretty well. Right back at you. Personally, I like new experiences, and I've never been in a time loop before. I mean, I don't think I've been in a time loop before this one. It looks like you and I, here we go, are the only ones who can tell that time's gone all weird. I tried radioing Hornfels and asking if they died too, but they thought I was being metaphorical. Even if I tell Hornfels about the time loop, they never remember by the next one. They don't realize anything's different. I have a question. What happens if we reach here on the first go? Like I go back to the main menu, start a new expedition, and then immediately come here. What the hell happens? That's something I've got to check later. Much later. And here's another weird one for you. Every time I die, all of my memories from that loop replay back to me. I'm pretty sure that's related to this big stone Nomai statue I found on one of the other islands. He's seeing the exact same thing that we are. Are we, Gabbro? I was looking at it, and the statue opened its eyes and started glowing. It replayed my memories like it had seen them through my own eyes, just like what happens each time I die. Yeah, that's what's happening to us as well. Happened to me with the statue at the museum. The one you brought back. You too, huh? Then the Nomai statues must have something to do with why we're the only ones aware of the time loop. So, no glowing statue, no time loop awareness? I think that's going to be my leading theory, but if you find out anything new about the statues or the time loop, let me know, okay? I'll be here. Anyway, that's what's new with me. But hey, this is your first solo voyage. Kind of. Let's talk about you, you know? How's space treating you? What accent is that? I have no idea. Yeah, I've got a lot of questions for you, dude. Firstly, where's the ship? That's a good question. It's definitely on this planet somewhere. I mean, unless a cyclone came by and tossed it into space, I guess. That would be pretty nuts. I hope it's not lonely. That actually kicked me out of the conversation. Have you ever watched a cyclone for so long it started to hypnotize you? I'm telling you, they'll put you in a trance if you stare at them long enough. What's up with this planet? It's actually very small, or I think it's very small. Haha, I know, right? Oh, you meant, like, tell you more about it? I gotcha. Well, Giant's Deep is massive. Fucking Gabbro, contradicting me immediately, Jesus. And mostly water. No surprises there. There's a strong current a ways beneath the surface that prevents anything from sinking below it. Seriously, I tried everything I could think of to get past that current, and neither idea worked. Great writing game. Everything you could think of, and both of the ideas didn't work. That's great. Love that. As for land masses, I've counted 4 islands, including this one. There's also the one with that Nomai statue I saw on the beach. 4 islands. We've been to one of them. Feldspar was there. And you're on this one. You've seen the cyclones? Yeah, they're hard to miss. They'll toss everything in their path, islands included. Little tip, if you get picked up, try to land in water. Less likely to kill you. Noted. He doesn't know about the counterclockwise cyclones. Those ones can take us below the current. Where should I explore on Giant's Deep, dude? Here's something you might like. At the start of every time loop, I keep seeing a bright flash in the sky. Something must be happening up there in orbit around the planet. We know all about that, we can tell you. What else? What else? Have you been to Statue Island? That's what I've been calling it, seeing as it's the island where I found the glowing Nomai statue. Get it? There's nothing to get, dude. I was on the beach on Statue Island when the whole glowy business happened, by the way. It's a nice beach for that kind of thing. I give it a solid 7 out of 10 on the Gabbro relaxation scale. If you feel like checking out Statue Island, it's the one with 2 islands connected by a natural rock arch. Well, mostly connected anyway. You'll see. But I suppose it can give me a direction like go north, go south, equator? Nothing. I just gotta look. What are you doing out here? Resting? Well, what are any of us doing here, really? Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm out here exploring our solar system, same as you. But I tell you what, outer space really gives you room to think. It's quiet and peaceful out here. I mean, it's usually quiet and peaceful. Sometimes a cyclone comes by and lifts my little island paradise clean out of the water. Then, less peaceful. What can we tell him about? Nice, nice. What you got for me? Quantum poem? Was that what we saw in the grove at Simba? I wrote that down. It's always dark in the ancient glade, across old bark, the quiet shade. Was that Gabbro? Yeah, the one in the woods. I remember writing that. Pretty fun, right? It works out to a good 24 poems. Doing math, chat. I thought it was 4 times 3 times 2, which is... That's 24, isn't it? Fuck. I thought it multiplied to 12. Jesus. I should not be recording tonight, very clearly. Yeah, there's 4 lines, and the number of options is 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, if you want to get technical about it. So, yeah, 24 combinations. It was his poem. He created that. When I'm done exploring, I want to make some more quantum art. Maybe some kind of creature sculpture that just, like, shows up and scares the daylights out of you. Gabbro, can I take you to Dark Bramble, please? Found a photo of you. Okay, so it was him. He was the guy who photobombed the satellite photo, along with the other 3. Nice. Did I look busy in it? I hope I look busy. Must have been from the time Hornfels sent me to check on the deep space satellite. They thought all spacey might be malfunctioning, but I couldn't find a single thing wrong with it. Which is probably how it got a shot of my beautiful bee-helmeted face, come to think of it. Absolutely. I always thought it was kinda sweet that the best way to find old spacey is to use a map that's generated by the satellite itself, isn't it? Like it's inviting us to visit. Good old deep space satellite, always making sure we know where we're going. So I did actually write this down in my questions list. I said, can I see the deep space satellite? And I said, it's connected to the radio tower at Timberhearth. And then, no, it's off the map. I don't believe we can get there, but you bringing it up like this is, it's making me think. Maybe we can visit it. Why did Hornfels think it was broken? I'll ask that, but we know why. We saw something unusual. Dunno. Hornfels probably told me why, but Hornfels tells me lots of things, and sometimes I tune out, or pretend there's signal interference and I can't hear them. Best guess says the deep space satellites must have sent Timberhearth some weird pictures, but like, what's considered weird for a satellite, you know? An unexplained shadow across the sun. Anyway. Gabbro, you're blowing my mind right now. Holy shit. Anyway, if you ever want to visit Old Spacey, fastest way is to jump into your ship and use your solar system map to lock onto the satellite, same as you would any astral body. Holy shit, I didn't realize we could do that. Wow, okay, we've got another destination. Once again, I thought I could blast through this game in a weekend. Jesus, Gabbro. Alright, so we know what happens to the orbital probe cannon. Whoa, that's the cannon breaking apart at the start of each time loop? For real? Did you figure out why? Both of those answers are correct. It's kind of scary how much that sounds like something Slate or Feldspar would do. I'm pretty surprised the Nomai built something that actually broke. Come to think of it though, broke might be the wrong word, because it looks like the orbital probe cannon is still firing successfully at the beginning of each time loop. And it's also firing in a random direction. Now, something that I did think about is the list of Harthians comparing it against the list of Nomai. Is there potentially some overlap there? By the time this goes on YouTube, I'll have likely finished the game, so I don't think you can spoil me, but if that is a spoiler, please don't put it in the comments. Not for the other viewers. Okay, ship log has been updated. I think we've asked everything that we can ask. Cool, cool. Take it easy out there. What accent is that? I'm a terrible person, chat. Okay. I don't think we're getting through here. We're actually not going that way, and gravity is 2.0, so I can't lift off. What about over here? Gabbro's Island. He's made himself very comfortable here. Yeah, I've really got to question what happens if we reach him before we realize we're trapped in a time loop. I can doze off here as well. That seems like a very bad idea though. Look at this place though. I mean, it's not like any other planet. I can't see the sun from here. I think even if I was looking directly at it, the atmosphere would stop me. Okay, I don't see anything up this path other than jetpack fuel. Can I go down here without dying? I'm going to guess not, so let me take the long route back. I'm really glad I've got pause time while conversations is going switched on though, because I spent a lot of time talking to him there. And that's time which I do not have. I imagine that just leads me back the other path where we just were. So I don't see... Oh god, we're gonna go up, aren't we? Up we go. Holy shit, we're in space. I'm gonna wait for this thing to come down. It takes us all the way above the atmosphere. That's great. Alright, so at risk of getting caught in a cyclone that I'm not looking at. Do I see anything else on this island? I do not. Alright. Headlights damaged, landing gear damaged. Somehow I don't think that's going to be a huge problem. Okay, that's what I saw earlier. Let's see if I can land there and maybe do some quick repairs to my ship, but honestly, it's not a priority. That thing got effed up. Right, so where are we? Is this Statue Island? Right, with the game's being explicit, it tells me that I can get over there. Thought that might have been a door. What have we? Statue Workshop. Okay, this must be Statue Island. Is this where they manufacture statues, perhaps? Definitely can't fire that in there. It's a bit too chunky. Hello? Your eyes look closed. Hell. It's only been a year since I've climbed up one of those, but the trauma still remains, chat. Am I going up? Oh, I believe I am. Hang on to something, nameless Harthian. Alright, so this may kill me, and if it does, I'll probably end the video here. Some kind of church? Okay, so this thing, I think it's going to tell me that I can fire the... Yep, I can fire the scout through there. I've learned to recognize that from my time at Bristle Hollow. Lamy. I've got the list of names up and I don't recognize you. They're going to test the memory statuses tonight. Flux says it could be dangerous, so we can't come. Memory statues? Lamy. But what if we didn't use the door and snuck in the other way? Does anyone want to? Flux says it could be dangerous, so we can't come. I assume Lamy is a kid. Sneaking in to see a demonstration. To get another new name. Flux specifically told us not to do that. Levy. I don't think I have that name either. I really would have seen a test too, Lamy, but that's a huge risk to take. We probably shouldn't. Maybe Flux will let us see a later test. Memory statues. Can I get out of here at all? Yes. Right, so I fell down there. I think I came... Oh god, I've got no idea where I came up from. Maybe there? Yeah. Came up from there. Let me hug the right-hand wall. I did see those cylinders of light. We have a tree. That's useful. And this looks like it might be a Nomai ruin / teleporter. There's nothing on the logging device. Ah, maybe the White Horse Station can bring me here. Locks. Welcome to Giant Steep, friends. I'm excited for you to meet the statues. Locks. If I'm not in my dwelling, I'm likely in my workshop below, inside the island. Right. We don't see anything here. It's like a logging device or something that we saw at Bristle Hollow, showing departure and arrival times. Yeah, when we got tossed up earlier, we saw columns of light here. I wonder if I need to step into those when we're being taken upstairs. And in fact, I do wonder if there's a way into that area below when we're being tossed upstairs. So at the moment, I don't see anything here. Yeah, okay. Why did the log update? I can see a translation device. I can see another one of these things. Yeah, I imagine I need to step on one of those platforms when we're being tossed up. That's very much a timing thing. Because when I rocked up here, it was lit on the left and something was lit on the right. It might be too late now though. Because I'm expecting the music to kick in any second. So what can I talk about to pass the time? We've seen 3 islands. There is definitely a 4th that Gabbro knows about. Don't know what it is or what it might be, but one of them looked red, angry, and organic. Feldspar has been there. One of them has smoke. That's where Gabbro is. And we've got this one with a landing pad. And that is where the statue workshop is, which presumably is where Gabbro picked up that statue. There's another island on the surface somewhere, possibly in the middle of all those cyclones. Maybe. Not sure. But we've also got a construction yard somewhere on this planet. I believe it's below the surface based on the logs that we read at Bristle Hollow. I really want to be able to get down there, but I'm basically being forced to wait, aren't I? We have a projection pool. Is this what we were looking at earlier? I don't think so. I think the projection pool we were looking from at the cannon, or where else was it? I don't even remember. I think that projection pool looked much more angry than what we're seeing now. Unless I caught the projection pool as we were being tossed in midair, which will be a hell of a coincidence. Speaking of, yep, that's going clockwise, so we're going to go up. These things going to activate? They do. Not sure what's going on if I'm being blunt. I'm sort of trapped in this tube. It is possible for me to get out. Do I need to get this to hit a counterclockwise cyclone so I go down? I'm not sure what to make of that, so let me see if I can get back to the ship, but I've got a feeling it's way too late. I saw something down there, but I'll check it out later. So, does this prevent takeoff perhaps? Or is that just a universal symbol for, you can land here? It's sort of maybe stick there, but not very much. What have we here? How on earth do I land here? There we go. Is this the fourth island? Or is it the same island? Get out. I've probably only got about 40 seconds to explore this before I unceremoniously die again. But it's okay, because I'll be coming back. More cyclones. Going up. Yes, something's happening. I'm trying to walk forward now, and it's like not letting me. I can thrust out of it, but it's tricky. These things... And never mind, I'm in 0G. Can I walk on these things? Just waiting for everything to calm down. Oh my god. Yeah, I can totally walk on these things. These are similar to what we saw at the Tower of Quantum Knowledge on Bristol Hollow. And we have a log, but you know what? I'm not going to touch it. Gravity cannon. No, orbital probe cannon, never mind. For all I know, they may as well be one and the same. I mean, look at this structure. There's got to be something super important here, but I can't imagine what. Can I go underwater here? The carrot is strong. But this magnetic surface seems to be stronger. That said though, I don't see anything down here. Ah, is this the construction yard? I guess we'll find out next time we come back here when I read that log. I've got no time to do it now, so... Let's just go up here and embrace death. I can't tell if we're in space or not, whether we got tossed up or whether that's just a supernova doing its thing. So no doubt I've misunderstood a bunch of stuff there and I've missed a bunch of clues. Let's see what the computer can tell us. That is exactly as Gabbro is describing. I'll have a chat to Slate next time and see what he has to say. We've got a new destination though. We can go to the satellite. Does that show up here? Bramble Island, excuse me? That's where we found Feldspar. I'm just curious as to know why it's called Bramble Island. Is that really a seed? An island of thorny vines and what appears to be a frozen jellyfish. It looks like Feldspar camped here before heading off to Dark Bramble. And from what we can tell with the harmonica signal, he's stuck in there, along with Escape Pod 3 perhaps, which I've not read about. Feldspar! He's actually here. Feldspar headed off to Dark Bramble after reaching the core of Giant Steep. When I launched my scout... We're seeing that. There's the eye again. Gabbro says there's a strong current beneath the surface of the ocean that prevents anything from sinking below us, and yes, we were able to walk below us on that magnetic platform. Feldspar found a way to reach the core of Giant Steep. Yeah, we know that a cyclone can take us down there. Haven't used it yet though. Gabbro is lounging in a hammock near the island's shore. Gabbro found the Nomai statue on another island, likely Statue Island just on the left there. The statue's eyes started glowing and Gabbro saw their memories flash before their eyes. Gabbro remembers dying, They saw their memories flash before their eyes, just like the time with the statue. Gabbro and I seem to be the only ones aware that we're in a time loop. That's got to be significant. But Esker didn't see it on the Yassel Rock, and Rebeck didn't see it on Bristle Hollow. I was thinking that perhaps as an explorer, as part of Outer Wilds ventures, maybe they could see it, but no. He's aware though, he's aware. This island must be where the Nomai created statues like the one in our observatory. I found a Nomai statue lying on the beach. It looks just like the one in our observatory. Just that its eyes are closed. And we have a workshop. I found a sign for a statue workshop next to a broken door that used to lead inside the island. Some Nomai children, yep, caught it, debated bypassing the statue workshop's door and sneaking in via an alternate, more dangerous route. I can see into a large cave from one of the ruins on top of the island. The bottom of the cave is filled with water. We're going swimming, aren't we? How do we do that though? We can go down in a cyclone, but can we really find a way up into that water pool? I guess we'll find out soon. But I have to ask. Okay, it's not here yet, but I really do have to know, and I feel like I need to go there immediately, you know? I just need to see very quickly if we can actually get to that satellite, and if it's going to show on the map. I'm pretty sure it is, and that's devastating to my cause because I'm already overwhelmed. Oh boy. Alright, next time we'll take a very brief look at that, and then we'll go back to Giant's Deep and keep exploring.